Hey, hardworking Christian mom, welcome to the Victorious Working Mom. Do you want more time and less mom guilt? Do you find yourself up late at night searching time, productivity, and life hacks? Do you wake up with big ambitious goals only to feel like you're dropping the ball or missing the important stuff when life happens and everyone needs you again? Hey, I'm Dr. Naka. I too was trying to do all the things at home and work and burning out. I too felt overworked and underappreciated and wished to hide or escape and get a much needed break. I wanted to be present at home, productive at work, and be calm and rested, but I kept telling myself this is what it is to be a working mom and I had to suck it up and deal. Until I found God's power to be present and set priorities. In this podcast, you will find time, space, and support so that you will be less busy, less cranky, and less lonely. So get comfy in your hiding place from your kids and let's grow, glow, and go.
Because if you're like me, we like knowledge. We we want to see what the experts say. But the expert on your soul is God. He gave us an example of Jesus. He said, well, Jesus didn't give birth to nobody. Jesus didn't adopt nobody. But Jesus was tempted and resisted all temptation. We have stories of people in the Bible. Some are descriptive, some are prescriptive, that show us the do's and don'ts of walking in life. Say, well, them people are ancient people and that's not modern times. But girl, human emotion have not changed just because technology has changed. Anger, shame, sadness, fear, overwhelm is ancient. There's nothing new about that. The scenarios sometimes look different, but the human condition doesn't change that much as far as emotion. So you're not alone. You don't have to be stuck in overwhelm. You don't have to be stuck in comparison. You don't have to be stuck in unfruitful arguments. We don't have to feel victimized by the system, the patriarchy. Oh, the church doesn't support us. We got a God that supports us. Human beings are imperfect, including us, but we have a God that's constantly perfecting, a God that's eager to help, able to help. He's able to change us, people around us, our environment in a radical way because he doesn't work in addition. He works in multiplication. You're not too old or too professional or too advanced to cry out to God. And then we trust him and we obey him. It's not sexy path. This is just the 10 Commandments are simple. They're not easy. My sister, I want to encourage you on today to keep trusting him. Keep turning back to him. If you feel like, well, I've been so busy with work or my job, I have to work. I don't get a chance to go into church or, I just feel so overwhelmed. I'm disconnected from people and I'm just running my race. We'll start with God. If you don't trust people, start trusting God again. And then he'll help you to filter out the people. If you're like, oh, Lord, if I had better childcare, if my partner's more helpful, if one of my kids get out of this, activity, whatever it is. If you're like, Dr. Necker, I hear you. I'm doing too much. I'm burnt out. I'm burning out. What do I do? You can always stop and pause. Seek God out because I don't know your individual situation, but I'm telling you, you keep running on empty, you will shut down. And we need that replenishment. We need to be sensitive to the still small voice. We need it for us and our children, our peers, if we really want to change the culture, make an impact. We start with us. Be that person that was kind in the workplace when everybody else wanted to be a dog. I ain't say be a pushover. I ain't say be a doormat. Kindness requires that you're clear in your boundaries. And if those things are issues, you got to get into community and spaces where if I'm giving too much out, I need to learn how to receive support and ask for it. And that's not usually a skill set that a high achieving woman is praised for. A lot of us don't know how to do it because we haven't had practice. So I would love to be a part of that practice of helping us to ask for help, helping us to receive, helping us to connect, helping us to let go of the perfectionism and the pride and the fear and the slavery and victimization of trying to operate in the world when God put us here to represent the king in a real practical way. Yes, God don't want your house to be looking half crazy or your children to run to the bus amok. God's not asking you to operate outside of what he gave you. God gave you the skill set. He gave you the family that you have, and he can get his glory. And if there's an ache in your heart, if there's a thing that, oh my gosh, my kid, cooking my kids the best meals, I never seem to get my to-do list done. I feel so angry all the time. I love my family, but I feel overwhelmed by it all. Those are the places you start first. Trust God to meet your needs, and it's okay to have needs. Because God promised that he will meet your needs. I pause on purpose. He will meet your needs. It's okay to have needs. be. It's okay to be human. Don't listen to people that's trying to make you feel like you have to be a goddess. You have to. No, we have Christ in us, but we need Christ. We need him. Our need is for worship, for love, to worship, to be loved, to love someone. We don't want to worship the wrong thing, because then we're connecting ourselves to the wrong source and it ain't going to bear no fruit. There's no blessed assurance solely relying on yourself, because you cannot guarantee anything. You got to rely on God, who can never fail, and trust him in those places that are pain points for you. Then you're spirit led, and if it connects you to this course or this coach or this mentor, this whatever, it's God that connected you because he knows how to help you. Then you just going off on marketing hype fear, and you haven't checked in on the person that created you and can truly give you the anointing, which is more powerful than even strategy, to not just crush a goal, but to meet and fulfill your need. So my good sis, I hope this touched you, let you know that you're not alone. Don't forsake that Bible or Bible app because, it looks like social media and Google is popping. Know that you gotta keep checking in, because it's our temptation to go to the shiny object, to keep up with the Joneses, and if we're finding that those things are getting too noisy, then we got to turn that down. If we're spirit led, we should be constantly asking, what does God say to me about this? What's the word say about this? What assignment has God given me? What do I need to release? What do I need to surrender? What do I need to keep going? Or I need to slow down. What does God say about this? Lord, what do you say about this? Keep talking to God in this. And I'm going to close on this. If you're like, I don't have 2 hours of quiet in the morning, what if God just wants to talk to you throughout the day? What if God said, let me in on some of them thoughts. Let me in on some of that decision making. Let me get in on when you write stuff in a planner or the Google Calendar. Let me in on that Calendly link. Let me show you how you can do this, my daughter, in love. Because I know you're doing too much. But you got to invite me in. I'm not an intruder. I won't force my way on our will. Let God's will be done in your life. Trust him with that thing that you've been holding on to so tight, and you're not sure what you're going to do, how you're going to keep going. Because I don't want to see, it breaks my heart to see people, women especially, burnt out, fried, and then they find themselves injured or having bad migraine, or you're going to the urgent care because you're just so overwhelmed with what's going on at work, at home, or you're seeking out FMLA because you just can't take it anymore. To me, that's cry for help. And what can we do to help strategize? It's not shaming. It's like when someone's sick or injured, they need help. But also, how can we help prevent some of this, to hit it off? So the only time you take a break isn't when somebody in your house is ill. That you're not out running yourself down just because you see that modeled. If the lean in don't work for you, don't lean in. Trust God for your provision. It's not your gift solely that got you there. God gave you the gift. Okay? Be blessed, my sister. We got this. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Victorious Working Mom Podcast. If this podcast episode has blessed you, kept you company, please feel free to like, review, and follow, and share with a fellow working mom. You can connect on IG at Victorious Working Mom, on Facebook, Neka Ichoku, DOMPH, and our website, www.victoriousworkingmom.com. Feel free to join the Christian Professional Mom community, and let's continue to grow, glow, and go. Be blessed.